Diminished value claims. What are they? It's a little known secret in the insurance world that can save you tons of money and get you a little extra on every single claim. Make sure to watch this video because it's the only video you'll ever need on diminished value claims. Hey everyone, George here with Car Rental Coach. As always, make sure to subscribe and to click the little bell to make sure you're notified on any future videos and make sure you don't miss any of our valuable information. And also, make sure to go to carrentalcoach.com and fill out our quick 60-second survey if you're interested in working with Peter and I directly and helping you fast track your rental car success. Now, let's get to the diminished value claims and how we can make you more money. Now, imagine you have a brand new car, fresh off the lot, someone wrecks into you. Maybe it's just a minor fender bender. You go to take the car to a repair shop, they fix it, make it look as good as possible, but it's a little tarnished because it's not quite the same as a vehicle that was never in an accident. Now, there's an accident report on your car, and we all know when a vehicle's fixed, it's never going to return to its complete original value. It can make it close, but not complete. And that's where diminished value comes in. Even if the vehicle's damage is unnoticeable, the buyer's perception of the vehicle still goes down, and you deserve to be compensated for that. You might be wondering, why should I care about this? Well, if you're in the car rental business, then you know your bottom line when selling the vehicle is very, very important, and every single dollar counts to make sure you maximize your return on your investment. Even if your cars return to a perfect state and perfection, the value of it still goes down, and that's the difference in the original cost and the diminished value that we're going to calculate to make sure you get your full return with the insurance company. Now, each state has its own rules and regulations, but in general, the diminished value claim allows you to receive the difference in the pre-accident value of your vehicle and the post-accident of your vehicle. So the steps on how to navigate a diminished value claim. Number one, keep meticulous documents. Document every single thing that your car has done as far as the accident, the repairs, and any other receipt or information you receive along the way. Make sure to also take photo documentation and keep a meticulous records because that is the most important thing when it comes to insurance. It's all about having the proof, and we want to make sure you have the receipts. Another step, speak to a professional. Sometimes it makes sense to get counsel on somebody that has experience in the insurance world to make sure you're doing the diminished value claim right. Peter and I work with many clients and do the diminished value claims for them. If you're ever interested, you can go to carrentalcoach.com and reach out to us there. Last but not least, know your rights. Make sure you do diligent research in your state to ensure you know exactly what you're entitled to when it comes to your diminished value claim. While diminished value claims are extremely valuable, they can be hard to navigate. Make sure you know your rules, regulations, as well as the other steps I said to make sure you're able to navigate these murky waters because there's many things that can happen when dealing with insurance companies. Sometimes they can undervalue your vehicle and not give you what you deserve. Sometimes it's hard to communicate with them and you have to speak to a higher up. I've dealt with over 200 insurance claims at this point, and I'll tell you what, none of them really go the same way, but I make sure I win them all by always having the proper documentation and also following up with them constantly. I can't express that enough. Make sure you follow up with emails. I'm not saying to be annoying and message them every single day, but I've noticed with insurance companies, if you stop responding to them, they're not going to reach out to you. Now, let's talk about the different types of diminished value claims. Number one, inherent diminished value. Inherent diminished value describes a vehicle's loss of value even after repairs have been made to restore the vehicle to its original condition. This type of diminished value occurs when the vehicle loses value simply because it now has a damage history. Inherent diminished value is the most common type of diminished value claim. Number two, immediate diminished value. Immediate diminished value is calculated as the difference in resale value of a vehicle immediately before and after an accident. This is the most common type of diminished value used in court systems, but is rarely used elsewhere. Number three, repair-related diminished value. Repair-related diminished value refers to the loss in vehicle value based on the quality of repairs made after an accident. This type of diminished value assumes that the vehicle is not able to be fully repaired to its original condition after an accident. Now that's a lot of stuff about diminished value. I recommend watching this video maybe 2 to 3 times because I know that's a lot of information to take in and I want to make sure you understand it completely. So diminished value statistics. There are over 25 million accidents in the United States every year. Only 15% of them are deemed total losses and are paid by for the insurance companies. 9 out of 10 consumers will not purchase a vehicle if it has an accident history. Average diminished value losses in 2015 are equivalent to $3,000. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, How do you qualify for one of these diminished value claims? Let me tell you. Just because you've been in an accident does not mean that you automatically qualify for a diminished value claim. Qualifying for a diminished value claim is determined based on the circumstances, the state, and the insurance policy. In order to determine if you qualify for a diminished value claim, it is best to use a resource such as the collisionclaims.com Diminished Value Claim Quiz. Here are a few factors that might mean you qualify for a diminished value claim. 1. You were not responsible for the accident, except if you live in Georgia. Number 2. The accident was the fault of an uninsured motorist. If you have uninsured motorist property damage coverage. Number 3, your insurance includes diminished value coverage. Lastly, your state of residence covers diminished value claims. Now, I'm going to walk you through the process of filing a diminished value claim. Step 1, prove your car has lost value is the first step in the diminished value claim process, is to prove that your car lost value after being repaired after an accident. A diminished value expert such as Collision Claim Associates is necessary in order to prove this loss in value. An expert will determine the loss in value based on collision damage analysis. In the vehicle market, an unbiased third-party diminished value expert is the only one able to provide the necessary documentation that can prove a loss in vehicle return. Step number 2, claim is sent to the responsible party after establishing the amounts of your vehicle's diminished value and the proof of loss. The documentation will need to be submitted with a formal demand for payment letter. This demand letter, along with your proof of loss documents, should be sent to the responsible party through certified mail with the return receipt requested. This will provide proof that the demand of payment has been requested and will also provide proof that the letter was received when you received the delivery receipt with their signature. Step 3, claim settlement. Once the demand letter has been sent along with a proof of loss to the responsible party, the responsible will determine the next action steps. The responsible party will either reply with payment in full or will try to negotiate down the demand. Negotiating down the demand may involve trying to refute your documentation, offering such other evidence that the loss is much lower than your demand, hiring their own independent appraiser, or denying the claim outright in order to successfully receive the diminished value you deserve. You will need to be prepared to respond to any of these potential responses. If a reasonable settlement cannot be reached, the final recourse would be to file a lawsuit against the responsible party. Working with a diminished value claim expert such as Collision Claims allows you to be successful in collecting your vehicle's diminished value. Now you're probably wondering, will insurance pay you for your diminished value? There is a chance that insurance will pay for the diminished value in a vehicle after an accident has occurred. However, it depends on the circumstances and which state you are living in. Not every state has laws concerning diminished value, and not every insurance company offers coverage for diminished value. So it is important to understand what your state and insurance company offer. Tell a story about how you handled this, how many times, and how it worked out for you. Mention how you can help your clients with this. So just to give you an example, personally, I had a Nissan Rogue that was crashed by a renter. Well, they actually didn't crash it. Somebody else hit into them, and I went after the person that hit my renter's insurance and ended up getting 10% more of what the vehicle's value. And that vehicle at the time was worth a little over $10,000, just to make numbers simple. Let's say $10,000. I ended up getting an extra $1,000 from insurance because of this. Whether you're seasoned in the car business or you're new to it, diminished value claims are one of the keys to success to make sure you get every dollar you deserve. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like and a share just so you can spread the value to somebody else. And it helps the YouTube algorithm help us so more people are able to benefit from the videos. But wait, if you like this video, you'll love our complete insurance guide video you can see here. We'll catch you in the next one.